Hey YouTube, DanOttawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world. Shout out to Jeffrey who called me out for not doing the intro anymore. For those of you who are newer to the channel, you can go back and watch my first video for why I say that I am the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go player. So today I am highlighting the OG bird Skarmory. Altaria could be an OG bird as well, but Skarmory was right there. For those of you who weren't playing earlier in the seasons, there were 5 sort of core Pokemon, and Skarmory was one of them. Skarmory kind of fizzled out once Galarian Stunfisk and Bastiodon came in because they're just such hard walls to it. But then I've been watching all these YouTubers talk about, Nidoqueen's so strong with his poison, Pidgeot is so overpowering, everything's overpowering these new meta Pokemon. You know what takes them all out plus deals with the #1 ranked Metachamp? Skarmory. And that's what we're going to showcase today. We're going to showcase how Skarmory can beat the Nidoqueens, how it can beat the Metachamps, how it can do neutral damage in a lot of matchups with Azus. Skarmory is extremely strong. I paired it with Scrafty because you need to pair it with something that can deal with the Bastiodon Stunfisk, and then I needed a safe swap. Ideally, I would have gone something else. The problem here is I don't have a Vigoroth, I don't have a Sableye, so Pelipper is my best option as a safe swap here. So let's get into the battles and see how Skarmory performs here. The battles are, I think, a little out of order, but I just wanted to showcase this. So Sableye in the lead, this is not a terrible lead for me because Sableye, the foul plays will be neutral to the Sableye, but it will be resisted if they throw it at me, so they can only throw a return. I shield here assuming that there's no way that they would bait a foul play, and they do. So that was, I guess, a good play on their part, just assuming that I would not shield, because why would you throw the foul play? You throw it to get that. Immediately at this point, I thought, even though it's a good matchup, I need to draw out a Bastiodon if it's in the back, and it is. So that's perfect. I can spam these weather balls. It is still a losing matchup, but that's not the point of this. The point is to get the Bastiodon out so that Skarmory can sweep endgame. It's sort of an ABB lineup with Pelipper that can also act as like a safe swap. So they're going to throw here, which is perfect. I want them to throw here because I want to come in and just hard farm here with the Scrafty. So that's taken down. They have 2 shields, and out comes the Metachamp. So I'm going to throw this immediately, and then it's time for Skarmory to shine. The best part of this, you're doing super effective with your quick moves. They only have a couple moves they can throw at you. Power Punch, Ice Punch, which is not going to do much, Psychic, which is resisted. So you essentially burn all of their moves, no problem. So I shield up this foul play because it's the only thing that's going to hurt me is take out this. They have 2 shield, but that's okay because I'm loaded. I'm going to throw both of them here in case I do need to I'd probably just wing attack down at this point, but in case I did need to burn a shield for Scrafty, I'm throwing these. But even look at this, Psychic, resisted, doesn't do much. I'm able to take this out, no problem. So that is the power of your wow, sorry, I am blanking on his name. Skarmory. So this lead is this one's a good lead. You want to see it here. I don't want Skarmory to ski it. Pelipper has a winning matchup here if you have a neutral energy lead. As soon as it gets an energy advantage, you're losing. So I shield that up. I'm going to throw this because I'm boosted, so they're likely to shield, and then I will go into my Pelipper because I can spam these weather balls. I'm going to let the first one go because you always need to watch out for a defense drop, although at this point it doesn't matter too much because 2 Shadow Bones would take me out anyways. I'm going to get the first weather ball off, and they shield, and I'm able to get to the second one because Pelipper is very spammy, and this will take it out, which is perfect. I expect to come back in and maybe get off a rock slide before I can take it out, and they catch on a Shiftry, which is a great catch. But Shiftry has a losing matchup to both my Skarmory and my um, Scrafty. So at this point, I'm just gonna let this go down. I'll come in with the Skarmory, wing attack this, and they realize they're done. In the next match here, I do lose a couple leads. Like I know there's a Medicham. This is one of the Medicham leads. So you're gonna switch into your safe swap, which is Pelipper, and they are staying in, which is interesting because the wing attacks are doing super effective. I need to shield this up because it could be a psychic, and it is a psychic, so that's a really good use of a shield. And out comes Mandibuzz. So I thought Mandibuzz is tanky. Let's not play around with this. Let's go straight for the Hurricane, and they shield it. So that's not great because Mandibuzz is pretty spammy, and it's going to be able to just throw these foul plays, and they do. And like I mentioned yesterday, Pelipper is pretty glassy. So I'm going to throw the second one here to try and take, not, it won't take it out, but it'll do at least an okay amount of chip damage. Mandibuzz is so tanky in this league. So I'm going to let this go down. At this point, I think I make a mistake here. I came in here because because Scrafty has no play against the Medicham. And because Mandibuzz is half dark, half flying, this will at least do neutral damage. The problem is they can get off these aerial aces, which do more than enough chip damage here. So they're going to get a second one off here, and that's going to put me in the red. Out comes the Medicham, so I'm going to throw this and immediately switch into the Skarmory to try to quick attack down here. Again, I'm not worried about anything that is being thrown here. Ice Punch does not do too much too. So now I just got to hope that what they have in the back, Skarmory can deal with. But it is a Sableye. And the problem with this is, Sableye, it's an okay matchup. It is a losing matchup though, just because the foul plays hit for neutral damage, and it charges way faster than the Skarmory does. So Skarmory feels like it's a slow, and this is where I assume that it would not get to the Brave Bird because it would outpace me. So I just threw here, hoping that I can come in, and I wanted to try and make a sack swap there, or come in with my Scrafty, but they took me out before I could do that. So that's okay. Not gonna win them all. Overall, I did pretty well with this team. Ninetales on the lead. If this is a charm Ninetales, I got to get out of here. And they get out of here to the Nidoqueen. So this was my first mistake. I should have went in immediately with the Skarmory because everything would have been resisted here. So that's my fault. I thought my thought process was it's weak to water because it's half ground. So I'm going to come in and just throw these weather balls. But now they're just spamming these. I forgot how quickly it charges now. I still think I can get a second one off here. So I'm going to burn a shield with the intent of just grabbing the shield, coming in with the Skarmory. Maybe I'm just waiting out the clock. And at this point, I'm just going to wing attack down so I can come out loaded here because I want to throw out a Brave Bird, whatever comes in. And this is what I'm talking about. Their quick moves resisted, their poison is resisted. I can just keep throwing these wing attacks, and they're just doing resisted Poison Fang damage. So you've got now 2 Poison Fangs off on me. Great job. And you're gone. So I still have 60% of my health left, and I'm fully loaded for whatever comes in. In comes the Ninetales. I see that it's a Powder Snow, which I assume because they left in the initial battle. So I'm going to Brave Bird this, immediately swap out, and they expected that, and because the Medicham. So this is not great, but it's not bad because I can spam these foul plays, and I'm still going to have the Skarmory left over to deal with the Medicham, which won't have any moves that will affect me. So I can save my shield for the Ninetales and be loaded coming out of this matchup too. And because they don't have a shield left, I am able to get this one off. So they're low enough now that I can just wing attack down. Again, I do not need to worry about anything. The Ice Punch is the worst thing they can do here, and it's still not going to do enough. So I've got a shield so they can't throw anything, and this Sky Attack is going to take it out. So again, took out the Metachamp, basically walled the Nidoqueen with the poison. Skarmory is a great Pokemon to use, and if people continue to think that Nidoqueen is the new queen of the Great League, I think you're going to start seeing a lot more Skarmories or a lot more Steels. This match, this was I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I came in with Pelipper, even though I'm behind on energy, and a Skarmory would have been more than enough. So the good news for me is that thanks to Wallower, I am now trying to sneak in extra fast moves and denying their fast moves. So even though I was behind 1 to 2 at the beginning, I'm able to maneuver around this to throw this weather ball before they can throw it. So at this point, they need to use the second shield to take me out. So even though that was not the greatest play, I'm able to outpace them to the second. So now I'm going to come in. I think I didn't come in with Skarmory because I know that this could spam these weather balls, and the weather balls do an okay amount there. I know they're going to come in with the Skarmory, so I'm going to immediately switch to my Sunfist and Strafty. And this is not great, but it's not bad because I can Power Punch here and then throw a Foul Play to really lower this. And I think that because I have a shield, I can get this Foul Play off. And because it's half steel, half flying, the counters are doing neutral damage. So with this buffed up Foul Play, I can take this out. And now I could just counter down quickly here. And the Rock Slide is resisted. So they have to throw an Earthquake or they're not going to take me out here. So they need to build up to the Earthquake. And by this time, Scrafty double buffed is going to do all the work that it needs to do to take this out. So I could now throw any flying move would have taken that out. So I took that out. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 more battles here. Scrafty into a Swampert. So this is not a great matchup. So I'm going to go into my Pelipper because you want to draw out something. I drew out a Drifblim. So I'm going to throw this Weather Ball because they're probably going to shield. The play for the Drifblim is to shield and get the Icy Wind off so it lowers your attack. And I know this. So I'm going to let this first one go. And I make a mistake here. I'm like, okay, I'm lowered. I'm going to try and get to the Hurricane. But I didn't get to it. And so I basically left 2 Weather Balls on the table here thinking that I could survive that. And I couldn't. So now I got to come into Scrafty and go Foul Play. They're going to, again, lower my attack here, which is not great. So I'm going to throw this Foul Play. They're then going to come in with their Swampert. So I'm going to switch into the Skarmory as soon as I'm taken out. So I'm going to bank that because I'm already 2 times lowered. I'm going to come with the Skarmory. And they're not switching. The problem is the Hydro Cannons. Swampert is another one. I use it in Ultra League all the time. It is so spammy and it hits so hard that even though they can shield this and get to 2 more Hydro Pumps before I can get to my next Sky attack. So I can shield this, but they're going to get another one off, and that's going to put me pretty low. That by the time I take this out, I can have 2 very low Pokemon to deal with whatever they have in the back. And if I remember, it is probably a Galarian Stunfisk. No, it's the Abomasnow. Oh, yeah. So, if I want to see one Pokemon, it's this one because it's weak to both mine. But Abomasnow is, again, an extremely spammy Pokemon. So this is a very much a spammy team on their part. And it's just able to outspam me here. And it will be doing neutral because I'm half flying here, which will take me out. So I had the chance, but it's just too spammy to deal with. So Skarmory is good. It is a bit of a slower build up, but it is good. And Nidoqueen on the league. So this is great. I'm going to go into my Pelipper, and out comes a Hypno. So the Hypno is not great because it likely knows Thunder Punch, and it is very bulky, and these confusions are chipping a lot. So I'm trying to just sneak in fast moves when I can. I'm going to shield this first one up. I'm going to throw the next weather ball, which is still not enough to take it out. Timing my fast moves with their confusion, and it still doesn't take it out. At this point, I do not want to align my Scrafty with their Nidoking. So I'm going to shield that because I'm going to have a weather ball ready. So I'm going to grab one shield back and get switch here. So the Nidoking comes back in. I'm going to just throw this weather ball. They're likely going to shield. And then I'm going to go down here and have the alignment with the Skarmory. Because again, if this is just going to be a poison type move Nidoking, which they throw a Sludge Wave here, Sludge Wave is resisted. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not too worried about anything else. I'm going to load up on energy a bit here, throw the Sky Attack. They have a Sableye. So I can get a... They have to respect this because this is going to do a lot of damage. So they're going to shield here. I'm immediately going to go into my... Or do I lower it and then switch? Yeah, and then catch it. So yeah, that makes more sense because the plan is to go in, but I wanted to catch the foul play, which I did, which is great because now I can foul play them, which will be neutral, and they cannot foul play me again. They have to go for the return, so it's going to take a lot of energy, and by this point they are out. So able to recognize that I needed to align my Skarmory with the Nidoking, and that helped me flip this match and take it. So that's it. So like I said multiple times in this video, Skarmory, don't sleep on Skarmory. Skarmory is going to deal with a lot of those. I didn't even, like, Pidgeot's banned now, but it would resist all the flying type moves. That's the best thing about Skarmory. It is so, it has so many resistances because of that steel / flying typing that it has a lot of play in this league. Like I said, you will get walled by the Bastiodon and the Galarian Stunfisk, but outside of that, you have a lot of great matchups like I've shown today. And even in the neutral matchups, one of the matchups I didn't show that I won was I went head to head with an Azu, and I basically got both shields, and I lost the match barely, but I came out with a shield advantage. So don't sleep on Skarmory. I'm probably going to use them again if I continue to see all these Nidokings and spice picks of the poisons, and I will see you guys in the next one.